It is 2:56 p.m. That's in the afternoon. Normally, this is the nap time. I don't think I've ever done a podcast at this time of day before. 2:56 p.m. on a Saturday. Oh my God, can you sense my excitement? Even though we've had over 200 days of lockdown in Melbourne, Australia. Oh my God, we must have made the news. I got all kinds of, let's just say one of my oldest friends and clients. I'm talking like, been working with him for 25 years, reached out to me last night. And a client from the middle of nowhere, America, reached out to me today. People that I had never expected to hear from, among others. And they want to know, is it true? What's going on over there? And I got to tell you, here's what's going on over here. I don't have a clue. I don't care. I've got very little time in my day to devote to, is my destiny going to be destroyed by the powers that be? Is the Loogie going to wipe me off the face of the earth? I devote very little time to this. Well, I devote very little time to that. I devote a lot of time to this. Giving life to the lovely. At the end of the day, you will have either spent or invested your time, your money, your imaginal act. What's it going to be? You know, it's like endless bill collectors now. Oh my God. You turn on the news, you go to a coffee place. You walk past people on the bike trail, and you know what you can hear them talking about? Mostly dumb stuff. Where'd the conversations go? Most of it's endless commentary about commentary about commentary about commentary. And I gotta tell you, you don't have to join that club. I bet you it's tempting to for a lot of folks. A lot of folks hated the lives they had before, and guess what? This is different. And you'll latch on to different. And this is really important. Because as long as you drive the bus, different is better than better. We really explore that in Triple D in some cool ways. And I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But I want you to tattoo this on your brain. Different is better than better. Because your essence of being is about different. God being infinite in potential, to be infinite in actuality, gets to experience something different. Gets to forget who and what. You get to forget who and what we are. You get to forget how this works, so you can discover again who and what you are by exploring how this works. That's how the law and the promise interweave. And how cool is this? Because in any moment you can forget. In any moment you can remember. In any moment you can explore deeper. So different is better than better. There's a revision post out there right now, and sooner or later it's going to go into someone has problems revising, and I'm going to make a suggestion. Go sit. Take a little lawn chair, go to the road and sit there. Put a mask on if you have to. No big deal. And when a yellow car goes by, imagine it red. And when a red car goes by, imagine it yellow. And when a green car goes by, imagine it blue. In other words, revise what you see as you see it. Why? Because different. Different is better than better. What you're really craving is different. By the way, here's the thing. As long as you go right, red cars are better than yellow cars. I'm seeing more yellow cars than red cars. Ever since I heard of Neville Goddard, things are getting worse. People actually live in illogical loops like that. And as long as you try to make things better, you're going to have better or worse all through everything you do. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? What can I do to make it better? What am I doing that makes it worse? I want to know, are you imagining different? Are you feeling different? Because when I get the emails, how do I know if I've nailed it? I ask, are you different? How do you know if you've imagined being someone who creates wealth? How do you experience money? For some folks, $1,000 is an unthinkable sum of money. $1,000, where would it come from? $1,000, what if I lost it? $1,000. And I gotta tell you, you're a lot bigger than $1,000, but I want to know, how big do you feel $1,000 is? How big do you feel in comparison with it? How big do you feel compared to the news? You see, I notice the news comes to me in two ways. One, my friend at the dog park tries to tell me it, and I just raise one eyebrow. And then I start ranting about incoherent things, just because I want them to know, as far as I'm concerned, most of what you want to tell me is incoherent. And it is. Don't get sucked into the content. Meanwhile, here's what I notice. At any time, you can imagine it different. You can experience different. You can hear, you can feel something different. And if you nail your imaginal act, how you experience $97 will be different. Every day I mention this. Every day I mention ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. It's a 90-day program. It's $97. That's like $1 a day. It takes about the amount of time, and it's the same cost as a cheapo cup of coffee. It's like $1. It takes about 15 minutes. It could change your entire life. Go read the heaps and heaps and hundreds of success stories. We send out one every day in the daily email now because I got tired of making web pages for them. If I made web pages for all the success stories I'd have some articles, and I'd have thousands of success stories, and that's not what the website's about. Some folks feel they need to learn. They have to read thousands of success stories before they convince themselves that it might possibly work. I say, go sit by the road. When a yellow car comes by, imagine it blue. When a blue car comes past, imagine it yellow. When a red car comes by, imagine it gone. There's so many ways to play, but here's the thing. How would you experience one sip of coffee differently if you actually got I create wealth? How would you do it? That's what I want to know. That's what I want you to explore. How would you experience a typical event of your day differently if you were the man, if you were the woman, if you were the person you choose to be? Meanwhile, here's what I want you to do. If you got some gold today, I want you to go imagine differently. I want you to imagine differently about what you're about to hear. Because if you've listened to us before, you know this is where I say, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. 90-day adventure, $97. It's like $1 a day. Can you, while listening to that, remember whenever you joined? Can you remember us sharing your success story because you wanted us to? We did a Feel It Real Fun show on that this past week or so. Sharing your success stories. Have you imagined that? Because we have people that tell us, I don't have any friends, especially since the loogie. Says, wow, no friends since the loogie. We're going to blame the loogie on that now. So I tell them, imagine that we're happy for you. Sharing with us that you've got friends, even though most people are terrified of the loogie. Use us. Use us. Use us. If you never settle, you will always soar. If you settle, if you buy into secondary cause for 1 minute about one thing, then you know what? You're going to have secondary cause everywhere. All kinds of exceptions where you hope it works but aren't sure. Neville Goddard taught there is one cause, and that's your imaginal experience. I keep reminding people your imaginal experience leads your physical experience. Change your imaginal experience, imagine up something different, and you'll have something different in your life. The thing is, most people keep imagining up the same thing. This is hard. I'll ask them, where else in your life have you asserted that's true? You learned a language without knowing how to talk. You learned how to walk without being able to stand up. Think about it. Watch a baby. They actually make walking motions before they can stand. They're what we call hungry. And you can be that hungry too. So, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. And for the sharers, those who share the shows, those who share their lives with us, most MM members, they send us an update every 7 days because we tell you to. We give you ours. We give you a personal update in the course every 7 days. It's nothing long, about the size of a lesson. And we invite you, send us a short little email if you want to share a little bit about you, your wins, your successes, your shifts. We want to learn. We want to get to know you. Offer guidance if wanted or needed. And if you want, we can share your wins, inspire others. That's ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. That's it, gang. Have a lovely day. And remember, different is better than better. Go take the 3 exercises I shared in this episode and run with them. See ya.